Oh, we're not.
We are Ulla today.
Phantom Power Trio, no less.
The Phantom Power Trio.
That's right. It's kind of the best version of it.
We appreciate y'all being here. I'm a little baker in the bacon. I've been to 3 more on this little lot of green. I know from the Liffey down to Seguin, known by the name of Old Johnny Doo. Of all the trades you don't bet your bacon is the best. For when the man is tired, he can lay down the rest. Back for his dinner, for there's nothing else to do. We cut around the corner with this old piggy doo. I slept in a barn down the caravan with a wind coming on the waiting for the dawn. Holes in the roof and the rain coming through. Cats and the rats still playing peekaboo. Who should awaken with the lady at the house with a white spotted apron and a calico blouse? She began to frighten when I said boo. So don't be afraid, man, it's only Johnny Doo. Your eggs and your tanks and your rolls where you do. A bare pair of leggings and a collar and a tie. And a right big lady I'll fetch you by and by. Buy a pair of goggles and a colored and blue. And an old-fashioned lady I will make her do. It's over the fields with the pack on the back. Over the fields with a great heavy sack. Holes in the shoes and the toes will beat you through. Singing skinny minky doo, it's the old Johnny Doo. Time to go to bed because it's getting late at night. For the fire's all out and that's it for the light. Now you've heard the story of my old Ricky Doo. It's goodbye, coming with you, see this old Johnny Doo. Yeah, who needs them?
Irish.
That's my line. So I started watching one called Adolescence that Andrea mentioned recently. Adolescence, anybody start this?
Oh,
It's on Netflix.
okay.
This kid gets arrested for having potentially murdered somebody.
Ah,
So like that's him going through his adolescence. It's like in the custody of police. It's really quite an intense number.
yeah.
Yeah. So far so good.
Well, that's good. I'm trying to decide whether tension is what I need in my television watching.
Watch the news.
You understand.
Is it cathartic or is it just making everything worse?
Yeah, it's just piling on. son, if you just aren't skilled. Ask you to pose with your hand in the till. Ask you to die when you're written you will. It's time to ring some changes. 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 Oh, time to ring some changes. Well, you fall in love with a girl you've seen, diamonds studded on the TV screen. The change in your pocket won't buy you a dream. Time to ring some changes. So you pay all your money and you pay the rent, but now the rent's gone up and so you need more money. Money's gone down, better borrow instead. Time to ring some changes. 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 Oh, time to ring some changes. And the politicians, they look so smug. You ask for the truth, they give you a shrug. You're gonna find the truth swept under the rug. Time to ring some changes. So I'm gonna tear this mansion down, get my feet back on the ground. Penny for penny, pound for pound, it's time to ring some changes. 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 Oh, time to ring some changes. 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 Oh, time to ring some changes.
I'm out of here.
Okay, Phantom Power Duo.
Changes indeed.
Is it the D string?
It's always just the G string, you know? Sometimes the bottom cabinet gets unplugged. Sounds funny.
Did you put it back in?
It was already plugged, so now I don't have an excuse. I'm just fucking tripping out over here. It's this center stage thing here, you know what I mean? So much bright light. I'm like a gremlin, you know?
Great night.
Right? You guys know gremlins, yeah. Hell yeah. Maddie, did you say you've never seen gremlins? There you go.
It's kind of gross out to me.
Really showing my age right here.
I used to, when I ever went to Hollywood Video, I'm sorry, my age. When we would go to Hollywood Video across from the Congress HB, I would see like the front, like, or maybe probably the back cover of Gremlins, and I'd be like, oh god, you know, it was horrifying. I think I got a little traumatized that way.
They were kind of scary.
They were kind of
They're kind of scary, yeah.
Yeah, but the other ones were so cute.
The Mogwais.
Mogwai,
Yeah. Remember that scene where they sang New York, New York at the end of one of them?
No.
So good. Loved that movie. Couldn't feed him after midnight. Couldn't get him wet.
Right.
No. This is the version of Ulla where we have the best banter. Clearly. Pat and Andrea, eat your hearts out. Father Ted, out of here. All gremlins.
Okay, we're gonna do one that y'all we may never have done.
Oh, lovely.
What do we do here?
I think we have.
That's for you. As I rode down one evening fair by the verdant rays of screen, I set my back to a hawthorn tree to view the sun in the west country. The dew on the floor is free. That I spied on yon burnt side, and a maiden by his knee. She was as fair as the berry brown red, and he always warmed to see. Away and warm was he. Come sit you down on the grass, he said, on the dewy grass so green. For the wee birds all have come and gone since I my own true love have seen. Since I my true love have seen. Well, I'll not sit on the grass, she said, nor be a love of thine. For I hear that you have a connaught made, and your heart's no longer mine, she said, and your heart's no longer mine. For I'll not heed what an old man says, for his days are well nigh done. And I'll not heed what a young man will say, for he's fair for many's the one, she cried. Oh, he's fair for many's the one. But I'll go and climb a high, high tree, and I'll rob a wild bird's nest, and it's there I shall take whatever I do find to the arms of one I love the best, she said, to the arms of the one I love the best. As I roved out one evening fair on the verdant braes of screen, I set my back to a hawthorn tree to view the sun in the west country. The dew on the floor is free.
Tuning pedal is the best way to do it.
So anyway, neuro-linguistic programming, it's so interesting.
You say linguistics, I'm
The
interested.
book is called Frogs into Princess. We'll continue on after the next one.
Okay. Once I was a working man that lived at home at ease. Now I am the mariner that plows the angry seas. Oh, I always loved seafaring life, I've been beloved you. Shipped as steward and cook, my boys on board the Kangaroo. Oh, I never thought you would prove false or either prove untrue as we sailed away from Milford Bay on board the Kangaroo. Think of me, oh think of me, she mournfully did say. Well, you were in the foreign land and I am far away. And take this lucky trumpety bit, it'll make you bear in mind the love and trust and faithful heart you left in tears behind. Cheer up, my own true love, don't weep so bitterly. She sobbed, she sighed, she choked, she cried, could not say goodbye. No, I won't be gone for very long, 'tis but a month or two, and when I will return again, of course I'll visit you. Oh, I never thought you would prove false or either prove untrue as we sailed away from Milford Bay on board the Kangaroo. See, those kind of instrumental breaks can usually mean one of two things. In this case, traveling. Our ship was homeward bound for many's the foreign shore, many's the foreign treasure unto my love I bore. I brought tortoises from Tenerife and toys from Timbuktu, a china cat and a Bengal cat and a Bombay cockatoo. Paid off I saw her dwelling on the streets above the town, where an ancient dame upon the line was hanging out her gown. Where's beloved? She vanished, sir, about 6 months ago, with a striking man who drives the van for Chapel, Sun and Co. Oh, I never thought you would prove false or either prove untrue as we sailed away from Milford Bay on board the Kangaroo. Now my love, she is no foolish girl, her age it is 20. My love, she is no spinster, she's been married twice before. And I cannot say it was her wealth that stole my heart away, for she's a washer in the laundry for 1 and 9 a day. So it's a healthy dreams of married life, soap suds and blue, hearts true love, bathed in starch and washing soda too. Oh, I'm going to some foreign shore, no longer can I stay. On some China hot and hot, I'll throw myself away. For I never thought she would prove false or either prove untrue as we sailed away from Milford Bay on board the Kangaroo. No, I never thought she would prove false or either prove untrue as we sailed away from Milford Bay on board the Kangaroo. Yes. Yes. Some tunes? Yes. Yes. Whichever you want. You know what? Let's do. Let's do. Let's do. Whiskey before breakfast.
Oh, sure. Awesome. Whiskey before breakfast and away, babe.
do a song that included the second one of these tunes. But Maddie rightly, I'll say rightly.
I put my foot down on that one.
Put her foot down. Said, let's not do that rapey song.
I'm sick of it.
So we have another song that includes the same tune, or another set of tunes. And so we're gonna do that.
So in the 70s, this guy Richard Bandler and John Grinder, they were studying therapists. And what they realized is that psychotherapists were not really doing a good job of getting the effects they wanted, right? They weren't really modeling the behavior, they were just talking at them and not connecting. So they developed this field of study called neuro-linguistic programming, in which someone kind of models the behavior and understands the subtext beneath what the person is saying, and thus achieves much greater therapeutic efficacy through their work.
Wow, man.
Isn't that fascinating?
Ah,
And the book is called Frogs Interpret.
do go on.
Are you done tuning? Because I will.
Later. Do go on later.
Great. We don't want to have another drink before that.
More whiskey.
So the first tune is called, one of my favorite tunes, it's called Whiskey Before Breakfast. And the next tune is called The Wise Maid, which we'll find some way to tie those together. This one is about, I guess it's kind of about like Irish rednecks
Really?
going out hunting, sort of. But it's from the old days when they, they're not like going out in gators.
They're sitting up in a thing.
Not sitting in a
Line, they call it.
They're running through the fields with the dogs, and the dogs are chasing the rabbit, which is called the wee puss. I don't know why. One fine winter's morning, our horns we did blow. To the green fields of Tessa, our hounds they did go. For to meet the bold huntsmen from around Katy Town, for none loves the sport better than the boys from Maytown. And when we arrived, they were all standing there. So we took to the green fields in search of the hare. We hadn't gone far till someone gave a cheer. Over high hills and valleys the wee puss did steer. As we flew over the hills, 'twas a beautiful sight. There were dogs black and yellow, there were dogs black and white. When she made the black bite for to try it once more, but it was her last night round the hills of Greenmore. She sprang to her heels for to bid them goodbye, but their music did cease and her cry we did hear, saying bad luck to the boys brought you Maytown dogs here. For last night as I lay content in the glen, it was little I thought than a dog sort of men. When going home by the clear light of day, I heard the loud horns Joe Turner does play. And now as I'm dying, my race is all done. No more through the green fields of Katy I'll run. I'll feed in the glen on a cold winter's night, or go home to my den when it's breaking daylight. I blame old MacMahon for bringing Coyle here. He's been at that same paper for many years a year. Every Saturday and Sunday he never gives over, with a pack of strange dogs round the hills of Greenmore. Thank you. Rustic. It's a rustic song. How about you, Chris?
I want to sing Been On My Mind.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay. I'm gonna play it
that in regular guitar tunes.
Right. That means I have time to tell you about another book.
If you want.
Believe it or not, that's the most interesting one that anyone wants to hear about. Pretty much.
What
The other ones are really fucking boring.
what key?
D.
D.
In keeping with the theme. That's what makes it Irish.
Of course, D.
Mm-hmm.
I've said before, when I was in Ireland, I asked some musicians, why are so many of these songs in D? And they went, what? I went, never mind.
I was reminded of this. I went to my friend's house the other day. Him and his wife had me over for dinner, and he had a little Casio keyboard, and I started playing it, and he was like, bro, I've never heard you play the keyboard. So he gets all super high after dinner, and he's like, will you just play for me? So for like an hour, I played songs on this fucking Casio keyboard, including Jill on My Mind, and he was sending videos to his friends, and it was clearly very high, but I had a lot of fun. It was beautiful, yeah. They made me dinner, and then they listened to me play a $20 keyboard from a pawn shop. It was like 60 keys probably. It was like that big. Yeah. No weighted action. No foot pedal. Now we're back to tuning. So real estate property development. Let me tell you. 5 types actually of properties you can develop. There's your industrial. There's your multifamily. Off we go. John Harper.
Knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. Knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds and the ink stains that have dried upon some lines. Keeps you on the back roads by the rivers of my memory. Keeps you ever gentle on my mind. It's not clinging to the rocks and ivy planted on their columns now binds me. There's something that somebody said because they thought we fit together walking. Knowing that the world will not be cursed nor forgiven when I walk along some railroad tracks and find that you're waving from the back roads by the rivers of my memory, that the smiling ever gentle on my mind. Though the wheat fields and the junkyards and the clotheslines and the highways come between us, and some other woman is crying to her mother 'cause she's turned and I was gone. Well, I still might run in silence, tears of joy might stain my face, and the summer sun might burn me till I'm blind. Not to where I cannot see you walking on the back road by the rivers, flowing gentle on my mind. Well, I'd get my cup of soup back from a gurgling, crackling cauldron in some train yard. My beer ruffled in a coal pile and a dirty hat pulled low across my face. Through cupped hands round the tin can, I pretend to hold you to my breast and find
created, his works have been debated, and we have celebrated the coming of the spring. Take the scorn to wear the horn, it was the crest when you were born. Your father's father wore it, and your father wore it too. Highland Joe, Jolly Rumble, oh, we were up long before the day, oh, to welcome in the summertime, to welcome in the May, oh, the summer is a-coming, and winter's gone away. Robin Hood and Little John have both gone to the Pharaoh, and we will to the Greenwoods to hunt both Buck and Harrow. What happened to the Spaniard who made so great a boast? Oh, he shall eat the feathered goose, and we shall eat the roast. Oh, Highland Ho, Jolly Rumble, oh, we were up long before the day, oh, to welcome in the summertime, welcome in the May, oh, the summer is a-coming, and winter's gone away. Swinging in my hammock, I fell asleep. I dreamed a dream, and I thought it true, concerning Franklin and his gallant crew. With 100 seamen he sailed away o'er frozen oceans in the month of May, to seek a passage around the pole, where we poor seamen do sometime go. Through cruel hardships they vainly strove, the ship on mountains of Isel's drove. Only the Eskimo in his skin canoe was the only one that ever came through. Baffin Bay, where the whale fish below, the fate of Franklin no man can know. The fate of Franklin no tongue can tell. Lord Franklin with the seals do dwell. Now my burden, it gives me pain, for long lost Franklin I would cross the main. 10,000 pounds would I freely give to say on earth my Franklin I knew a painter in my younger days, a man who lived with brushes, sticks and stones. His days were full of canvas scenes, browns and blues and meadow greens, and the world just passed on by his door. He lived but lived alone. And he'd come to town with his old wool hat pulled down, surrounded by the dogs that were his friends. At times too drunk to stand, he'd shake familiar hands and sit around the SO station till his loneliness would end. And I knew a painter in my reckless days, bristled bearded and humbled on his feet. Sympathetic, sad old elf, he knew me better than I knew myself in the last days of my boyhood, in my time upon the street. Long through the night, a faded yellow light would burn inside the room where he would stand and play the old Victrola and drink his rusty wine and conduct the Mozart music with his heart and shaking hand. He could paint a picture, and he could capture light, and no one ever felt things more than he. He was never much for roses, he'd sooner paint the thorns, 'cause he found a keener beauty there that no one else could see. Someone bought the house he lived in and painted up the room he died in and swept away the cobwebs and the dust from off the floor. Children laugh, seasons run, young lovers roll in midnight fun, but no one loves more than the one who paints the world no more. Long through the night, a faded yellow light would burn inside the room where he would stand and play the old Victrola, drink his rusty wine, and conduct the Mozart music with his heart and shaking hands. That's Maddie Brotherson on the floor. That's Chris Wade on the applause.
Listen. There's nothing worth adding to that one. That's cute.
It'll be worth it.
While you're tuning, I'll walk.
Winker! Winker, everybody! Oh, thank you, sir.
I love you.
Likewise,
Good
brother.
timing.
So what you think? Soldiers or other soldiers?
Marrying the soldier, that was
Or the sergeant?
marrying the soldier is like one of my favorites. We never do it.
Come all you lads of high renown, they would hear of the fair young maiden, and she rode out on a summer's morn, for to view the soldiers parading. They marched on and they looked so gay, the colors flying and the bands did play, and it caused young Mary for to say, I'll wed you, my darling soldier. She viewed the soldiers on parade, and as they stood at their leisure, and Mary to herself did say, at last I found my treasure, but oh how cruel the parents must be, to banish my darling so far from me. So I'll leave them all and I'll go with thee, my bold undaunted soldier. Oh Mary dear, your parents love, I pray don't be unruly, for when we're in a foreign land, believe me you'll rue it surely. Perhaps in battle I might fall from a shot from an angry cannonball, and you so far from your daddy's hall, be advised by your gallant soldier. Well, I have 50 guineas in bright gold, likewise a heart that's bolder, so I'll leave them all and I'll go with you, my bold undaunted soldier. And when we're in the foreign land of life, so don't say no, but let me
think that might be an example.
It's a 9/8 for anybody that wants to dance, and that's what a slip jig is. It's a 9/8. Sammy, everyone. On the raglan road of an autumn day, I saw her first and knew that her dark hair would be a snare that I might one day rue. I saw the danger, yet I walked along the enchanted way, and I said, let grief be a fallen leaf at the dawning of the day. On Grafton Street in November, we tread lightly upon the ledge, that deep ravine where can be seen the true worth of passion's pledge. The Queen of Hearts still making tarts, but I'm not making hay. For I love too much, by such is happiness thrown away. Well, I gave her gifts of the mind, I gave her a secret sign that's known to the artist who has known the true worth of sound and stone. And word or tent I did not stint, for I gave her poems to say, with her own name there and her own dark hair, like flowers in the fields of May. On a quiet street where the old ghosts meet, I see her walking now, so hurriedly away from me, my reason must allow. I had wooed not as I should, creature made of clay. For when the angel woos the clay, he loses his wings at the dawn of day. On the raglan road of an autumn day, kind of a pretty song. You wanted another one, Chris? Yeah.
Well, we've been being tuned for it.
Yeah.
I mean, the open strings will be, that is. You do that John Prine one enough.
You know, do you know,
Or some obscure John Hartford song that you've never done.
oh,
No, let's not fuck with that. What have you got in mind, Rich? But I never got the hang of a ratchet bar. I was growing up decking in the Illinois trains with gold dust in my hair. We could do.
do you know,
I got a text request for you.
Okay, for me, a text request for me.
yeah,
Rare is the day.
from my sister.
Okay, the one that's right there.
No, my other, another sister.
But that'd be hilarious.
Please tell Chris that I think this would be a sweet song for y'all to do. Long Monday.
I don't like know it, but I know Steven used to do that one.
A day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna be a long Monday.
Well, we'll do that. We'll do your.
I kind of wanted to do that. We're talking to Sparkle though. You want to do just vamp on G and do working all day on the Illinois River with a half a day off with pay?
Yeah.
Just because we're fucking trying new stuff here. I'm gonna pick up some of these empties here just as soon as I know where they're laid. Try off them jolly old leaving lines on a long ride summer's day. For every day I work on the Illinois River, get a half a day off with pay. On towboats rigging up barges on a long ride summer's
day of work on the Illinois River, get a half a day off with pay. On a towboat breaking up barges on a long hot summer's day. Go, Maddie. Last night we had pork for supper. Today there'll be chicken consomme and a fruit jar full of iced tea on a long hot summer's day. For every day of work on the Illinois River, get a half a day off with pay. On a towboat rigging up barges on a long hot summer's day. That's funny. More John Hartford here at the Irish Jam. Hartford's an Irish name, right?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Alright, let's do this and get out of here.
Let's do this and let these people out of here.
We haven't even talked about power versus force, the hidden determinants of human behavior. Far out shit.
Like an Irishman, both young and bold, with adventure in your soul. There are better ways to spend your days than toiling down the hole. For I was tall and true, all of 6'2", till they broke me across the back by a name unknown, and it's not my own. For they call me Crooked Jack. Now the gang is blue-eyed boy beside Big Jack could do no wrong. But the reason simply was because I could work hard hours and long. For I was tall and true, all of 6'2", till they broke me across the back. My name I know is not mine, for they call me Crooked Jack. Now I curse the day that I went away to work on the hydro dams. All the sweat and fears, the hopes and tears, bound up in shuddering jams. For I was tall and true, all of 6'2", till they broke me across the back. My name I know, and it's not my own, for they call me Crooked Jack. for sweat and blood, they want you down that hole. For I was tall and true on 6'2", till they broke me across the back. My name I've known, and it's not my own. For they call me Crooked Jack. Thank you.